Mm-hmm.
Yo. Live in the building. Queens representatives, what is happening, y'all? Very excited. This is your main man, Fa, aka the Dark Knight, and my brother MG the Great in the building.
What's going on, y'all? How's it going? It's MG the Great. Glad to be here with the great show. My brother Fa.
Indeed, my dude. So, being the great one, and this is the great show. Let the people know what the show is even about, baby.
Man, so the great show is basically us being not pros, but fans of pop culture media. Your best sci-fi or your comic related stuff. Side note, shout out to the Knicks, 6 wins in a row.
Yes, sir. That's what it is. Playoff bound. Let's get it.
You know, not no buy-in playoff tournament, but playoff bound.
Right.
So
half game out of fourth place. Just saying.
Officially took that fifth spot. You know. And just everything relevant. And we're just here to talk about it and to make some noise. And that's what the great show is about. We're going to have some great guests. You got 2 great hosts. And just providing you some great contact.
Indeed. Don't mind me. I'm on Twitter letting folk know how this go. So, my brother broke this down, and we're going to have this wonderful conversation today about the DCEU and the injustice of what they have been doing so far when they have wonderful content that they refuse to let out because of ego and other such things. But we will get into all that in just a moment. First of all, I think we want to talk about the previous DCEU films. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bang, bang.
So now I've been recapping this week, and the first one, they started off really, really well with Man of Steel. I really enjoyed Man of Steel, even though it's been beaten to the ground. The most famous sons of comic books, that's Batman and Superman, their origin stories. I appreciated what they did in Man of Steel. Man of Steel was a good addition to the Superman lore, I believe.
It truly was a marvelous, well done, well scripted, well delivered piece. You know what I mean? It just was the quiet pacing. Again, it's to me the best one since the first one, the Christopher Reeve one, and it really told Superman's story a little differently. Not necessarily the high school ridicule, even though that was there, but his own personal struggles with his powers, especially when he was young.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate that part. And especially Kevin Costner. I gave him a full flame.
Definitely.
That. For him to be his father on Earth and, to hold him back, not to come get him during that tornado, to break him down. The realest part to me was when after he saved the kids on the bus and the other mom is in there speaking the Holy Divine.
Right.
In the house, and he came out and he's like, I was just trying to help. What was I supposed to do? Let him drown? And he's like, well, maybe. It's real.
He's like, I don't know, but maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
we try to figure this out together.
To explain that you're the sole survivor.
Right. You know what I mean? And so all of that. And I know a lot of the purists were mad that that little piece where he kills Zod at the end. Spoiler alert for those who, if you haven't seen it by now, come on. But yeah,
I mean, how could you be mad at that? I mean,
Because typically, now we know Superman like murks mad aliens, but he doesn't necessarily kill humans. But then again, Zod wasn't a human, so what y'all tripping for?
And he doesn't, I guess he doesn't kill Kryptonians either.
Yeah, fair. But to me, that wasn't I didn't have a problem with that.
No.
You know what I mean? I had no problem with storyline. I had no problem with any of it. I loved Man of Steel. I will find him. No. That part gets me every time. That dude who played Zod and that whole retelling of Krypton during that time, brilliant.
Absolutely.
And Kal-El's real daddy, baby daddy, is a tough. They tough too. Him and his wife.
All the strikes with Russell Crowe. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if you're gonna top somebody with your real daddy on Earth being Kevin Costner, your dad might as well be
Russell Crowe, right? For real. It's like being raised all your life by Lawrence Fishburne, only to realize that your real daddy is like,
your real dad is Richard Pryor.
You know what I mean? Like, oh snap! Either way, I just come from good stuff, huh? Okay, shoot. Yeah, but then they followed it up with that piece of trash, though, man.
I
couldn't stand Batman vs Superman. From the opening credits, I was annoyed.
Batman, all right. Watching it again and again as I do these films, I've watched it uncountable amount of times. After a while, the beginning is okay. It's come on, let's get on with it. But it's necessary because once again, the famous sons. Batman's story. At this point, I was born in the 80s. At this point, I feel like I was born with downloaded knowledge that Superman's from Krypton and Batman is an orphan. He's the rich orphan. Like, I just know that,
His parents got shot in the
80s. It's like, it's like the Superman movies were already running. You had the Batman TV show with Adam West. So they were already folklore. Just get on with it and just go. So do we need a whole new Batman movie? No. So if you're going to have Batman v Superman and you already did Superman's origin story, let's sum Batman's up. Everybody knows it. Let's get it done in 5 minutes. They did that. What I do appreciate at the beginning is the human perspective of the battle in Man of Steel. Because from there, you see the devastation on the human level.
That I do appreciate. Collateral damage.
Absolutely. Hold on, give me 1 second. Just check this out.
So collateral damage was definitely a strong focal point of that. And again, them opening up and showing that aspect, that's the part that was cool. But all that do you bleed and all that stuff, listen. And the way they introduced Wonder Woman, again, that was the reason why that was weak, was because the Wonder Woman movie should have come first.
Right.
And then when she shows up in that, we all jumping up and down with the doors blown off. But instead, in typical DC fashion, they want to play all their cards right just in case. And I know Zach did that one, but I don't get why it came before Wonder Woman. And I've seen Wonder Woman a bunch of times. I've seen them all a bunch of times, and it doesn't work, in my opinion. It doesn't fit. Go ahead.
Well, no, go ahead. I mean, that, and just co-signing on that, it's the number one issue, their continuity.
Bang.
Because now I know Wonder Woman takes place before all of these, but in the beginning of Wonder Woman, she gets the photo from Bruce Wayne. So you need the context of watching the first two movies, but it doesn't make sense.
You can watch her movie first and her get the picture from Bruce Wayne, and then watch Man of Steel and be like, oh, that's how we got the picture. and it actually makes more sense in that context than it did when the way we saw it.
Right.
But like you said, they've been doing it wrong. And to have what, and you know what, you just gave a great perspective, actually, one that I hadn't thought about, and one that I'm going to use when I rewatch the series. I am going to watch Wonder Woman before Man of Steel because that's the first one.
Hold on to that. There's a flaw to that. And the flaw is, do you watch Wonder Woman 84 before Man of Steel? Because that takes place in the 80s, in 84. And that was, I'm sorry, that was trash.
I mean, I literally don't even consider it, just keeping it above.
That was trash. I enjoyed the film. Don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful film. I enjoyed the film. Gal Gadot did a decent performance. I like the girl power aspect that they were pushing in the film. I like the message. My problem here, once again, is continuity. Why are we going to start having her lassoing thunder strikes and she's not using these in these battles where this may be prevalent?
Fair point.
You know what I mean? The invisible jet. You know what I mean? All of these things that are, you know what I mean,
introduced, and now you see all of these films and it's not even there. It's not being used. It's not this.
Now the way that they did it is corny. Now I'm just waiting for Superman flying, just humping the air like the gag, you know, back in the day. Now you got the invisible jet. Oh, now you got the invisible jet. Okay, all right. I mean, granted, you probably weren't going to need it because obviously Gotham, Central City, and Metropolis are Staten Island, Manhattan, and Brooklyn. So you're not going to need the invisible jet just to go.
Well, honestly, they're not supposed to be.
Which is another fundamental flaw. All right, back to the basics. Let's get to the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Number one reason why I've always chosen Marvel over DC.
Oh, here you go.
DC's locations just don't
make sense.
You're going to give me Gotham City, no state, no country, just Gotham. Same thing with Metropolis, same thing with Central City. And I'm pretty
same thing with Dakota City.
See, I was about to say, I'm sure if I dug a little bit deeper in DC, there's like 2 or 3 more places like that. You know,
Dakota City is where Static and Icon are from.
So my problem is, okay, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But don't have New York, when you're traveling from Dakota City and now you're in Washington, D.C. Like, where are you jumping through realms or something? Or are you, what is DC its own continent? Do you guys have your own like landmass? Did you take over Greenland and now you just got different states in Greenland? Like, what's going on here? That always bothered me and I could never get along with it. And
think about it like this. They don't ever really talk about Manhattan, so you assume that's Metropolis. Chicago is easily Gotham City.
Is Chicago Gotham City?
Yeah.
I always thought it was Brooklyn.
Nah.
I say Central City is Chicago.
Central City is kind of more like Seattle.
I can see where you're coming from. I can see it. I can see it. You know, I'll let it. Not that I'm the overseer or anything.
I'll let this slide.
I'll let the Chicago pass because Batman films. I'll go to the Christopher Nolan ones. They were filmed in Chicago, right?
There you go.
So I'll sign on to that. But I've always thought that Gotham was Brooklyn and Metropolis was Manhattan. You know,
that's an interesting perspective, man.
Everything except for
make Central City Queens.
Everything except for Harlem. Harlem is that's another
That's the different continent.
That ain't Metropolis.
No,
that ain't Metropolis, man. Even under gentrification. All right, so we covered Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman. Next we got Aquaman. Aquaman, I enjoyed, and I had to go back to watch it to thoroughly enjoy. It's the one that they kind of fit it right in the right place, because they had the conversation with Aquaman and Era about her establishing that all of this is after he shaved them with the mother box.
Right.
But it only gets applause, and I'm realizing that as I'm saying this, it only gets applause after the Snyder Cut. Because in the Snyder Cut, they have the scene with I don't know how to pronounce
his mentor.
Willem Dafoe's character.
Yeah, his mentor. We'll just leave it at that.
Pretty much gives him the trident from his mom.
Right. So that's how he gets it. Exactly. So at least we know that.
At least we get it, like, okay, he ain't down, but all right, you could come get the trident in the little outfit and go to the box. Because before it was like, well, whoa, how did you just show up here? Huh?
You just showed up and had a cool outfit. Dun, 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 which is how you got greasy hair in the ocean. But anyway, I digress.
Listen, never mind that, dude. Getting into things that we just can't.
Yeah, what's not? Yeah.
The item of contention is the Suicide Squad part of the DCEU.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Because if you remember in the final scene, oh gosh, I forget Amanda Waller was talking to Bruce Wayne, and he told her to retire them. They're not needed anymore. I've got friends.
Right.
So that has to be in there as the government's answer to Superman's death.
Okay. I can dig it. Nah, it is. I enjoyed the Suicide Squad.
It was cool. A little corny, but it was cool.
I go for the corny a lot. To pull off corny the right way, a lot of people don't like me because they don't like that I like Jared Leto's Joker.
No, he was cool. That's not the corny I'm talking about.
I like Goldtooth, maybe a possible he's tattooing smiles on his victims Joker.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
I like that. He probably has some toxin in the ink and people are going crazy from him tattooing them. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go places with that Jared Leto Joker. A lot of people didn't appreciate that.
But then when you see him in that dream world, he played the heck out of that Joker part, bro. I was like, yo.
He felt disrespected. Shout out to Jared Leto. Don't you ever disrespect him as an actor just because he does rock and roll. And he's a model. Listen. The boy
I didn't even know all that.
He had to come back because that's in that Snyder Cut. He had to come back because people were disrespecting him from Suicide Squad.
But here's the thing: what you gotta remember is the Snyder Cut was the original cut. Been his performance. We just now seeing it. What 5-6 years later? But that been his performance.
What you gotta peep there is it's the alternate of the alternate universe. The Snyder Cut is a deep dig.
Yeah,
I tell you, it's a really, really deep dig. Because how do you explain the Joker doesn't have any tattoos?
I actually didn't notice that.
That goes into
and Joker. I saw Snyder Cut 3 times. That's crazy.
But that goes into the Joker saying to Bruce, you know, how many realities are you gonna waste when you could have just killed yourself?
Fair. Yo, you know what?
We don't know how far this.
Thought about something.
Hit me.
What if the Nightmare Verse is Flashpoint?
I thought about that.
And that's why it's an alternate universe.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Ezra Flash somehow spilled the beans to Joker, and Joker's hitting Batman with it in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty.
No, because Snyder got it all fleshed out, because from the Snyder Cut, that's the Ezra that showed up in Batman v Superman. That's the Ezra, same outfit, the joint that he was talking about. I saw him right here.
Except it's not Ezra, it's an Asian dude. And that part is really confusing me. It's like, are there two Flashes?
No, that's him.
The same dude.
That's him with the goatee at the end. It's just
he don't look nowhere near as rugged. I'm sorry, that dude look like Stay Puft, young marshmallow man.
They thugged him up. They thugged him up.
You can't. I mean, I'm sorry. I've seen a lot of makeovers. You can't thug that up.
They threw some dirt in his face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't. Okay, if you buy it, I buy it, I guess.
Let's see. What else is there on these cuts? Get to my notes.
See, the man come prepared. He got notes, man. I'm freestyling over here. He had me listen to a Mace album. We got to talk about that, but
we go ahead and just jump into
digress.
Man, we ain't got to talk about nothing. Mace album was hard. Harlem World. Please don't sleep on it.
Yeah. You know what? Here's some Annie up, because that's real. Yeah.
And I guess that ends that. I guess we just jump into Snyder Cut. Snyder Cut was beautiful. It was worth the 4 hours, and I didn't have a problem, because I live in the now, and I haven't been watching network TV, so it's easy for me to pause and leave and come back and pick it right back up where I left off. So
I feel you. Hey, bro. Before we fully jump into the Snyder Cut, and I see we got a wonderful group of people that's going to jump into the show and have their say-so on this marvelous event, we're going to hit a quick commercial break, because you know how I do. You know what I mean? So we'll be right back.
My friend, do you see this amazing shoe? This shoe is available at my website. Come to wish.com. You can get this for $500. This is the sale. This is the greatest shoe you will ever see. If someone says I am lying, I do not know what they are talking about. You come and get my shoe at wish.com. $500 for one. $500 for the other. $1,000 for the whole pair. And that is a great sale, friend. What are you waiting for? You want to jump like LeBron? Fly like Jordan? Get the Air Pumbas. Put in code Hakuna Matata to receive a 20% increase in price. Wish.com. Come and get the Pumbas for the shoe fits. Let's go, my friend. I have to go. To receive a 20% increase in price.
And we are back.
Come and get the Pumbas.
Hey, he's watching it as it goes live, so it's a tape delay, but you got to see the fast forward the shoe feeds. And no, that wasn't me. But
I was trying to post while we watching.
All right, so shall we bring in our guests?
Yeah, bring them on in. We got
all right
now.
Well, first of all, we've got Miss Keisha in the building. We got Miss Mo in the building. And we got Miss Kalila in the building. What's happening, ladies? What's popping?
What's going on, yo? We got the group chat here.
What's up?
Hey,
I'm glad you guys could join us for this nerd chat.
Historic event, the first episode. Bang, bang.
I asked y'all here because you all have young sons that you're raising, and I'm pretty sure you watch these films with them. So I didn't want to just narrow the opinion and the perspective here just to us young Black brothers. We wanted to invite some sisters in and get your perspective and see how you felt. Did the stories add up for you? Did they fall into place? Are you confused anywhere?
Not anymore. I
Right,
was
I
in the
feel
original
like,
one.
yeah.
I just wanted to go off for the fact that I thought Harley Quinn was garbage.
It was, and I was so disappointed because she was so dope in the fucking movie.
She was.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm sorry.
trash. It was
Oh,
trash.
you good. It's not for kids. You good.
Oh, okay.
All right, so where the Hennessy at?
No, you don't need me.
What y'all think? I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh,
wait,
and
is
while
this
we here,
kid-
my bad.
I got to get that
Sadat
on
X.
the next
Sadat
commercial
X
break.
got his own wine, y'all. Sadat X got his own wine. True wine connoisseurs. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my brother X. Love you, man.
Okay, cool. Okay, so what do we think about the second Suicide Squad?
I'm sad Will Smith isn't going to be in it. I liked his
know.
character.
It's
Yeah,
Idris
Idris
Elba.
is taking it over.
Who?
Idris.
Oh, I'm not that sad anymore then.
All right now.
He's for aesthetics, definitely for aesthetics.
Is he going to play the same character? Is he introduced?
No,
They
I
introduced
don't
a
think
different
so.
character.
I think he's a different character. Now,
I'm here.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying I'm here for Idris Elba.
Yes, all day. All
Oh,
day.
I'm still there. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good. You know what? That's what it is.
Sorry, you don't need to be sorry. Harley Quinn definitely disappointed in that.
That was awful.
What joint was the one with the extra long name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only thing I liked about that movie was the bacon, egg, and cheese.
it did look good.
Pretty much.
Probably would have fought someone over that as well.
After that, I was like, what am I
I
watching?
enjoyed the hyena, how she was just chilling and it was just chilling. That was like some cool ass shit to me. Like the hyena just there. Rolling.
I guess Margot Robbie just fits as Harley Quinn so well. You know what I mean? And like, I guess a little history. I never knew that Harley Quinn originated from the Batman animated series.
Yes, that's where
She
I
just didn't
never
look
in
like
print.
that.
That's
No,
what
she
I'm
didn't.
There.
She
had
was
that
never in
costume
print
on.
until that cartoon series, and then she was just fire from there.
Yeah. Beloved
And-
character, and it just took off from there.
Also, which was one of the best cartoon shows ever.
Yes, sir.
It's documented and justified, and we all are
Yeah.
kids of.
Fans of that, man.
Yo,
Yes.
sidebar, since you brought up raising young sons, why my son just sat there and started watching Superman, the animated, what we used to watch, and he started so into it.
You're raising them well.
Raising them right.
Yes.
Gotta get them on the OG classics.
Oh, for sure.
Gotta give them a basis so they can judge these new things that are coming out.
Jacob, get out the kitchen.
Well, I made
Speaking
them
of
watch
which-
the originals with me. You can't really understand to begin to say that you are like a Superman or a Batman fan and you don't know the origin. Like you gotta go back.
Right.
Even when it was people in the Batman costume talking about bam, boom, pow, like you gotta go back. My son be watching those. Yes.
Adam West
Yes.
in the building.
Yes.
Yes. That's why, see, that goes back to before. Like, that made me appreciate the cheesy. But you got to do the cheesy right. You know what I'm saying?
Holy
like,
robbers, Batman.
Like, I know y'all doing it like this, but come on. You know what I'm saying? Pull his cape from back there. Let's make me feel like he really climbing the damn wall.
Yeah.
But the cheese I was talking
Come
about.
out sideways, like, hey, what are you doing here?
The cheese I was talking about in Suicide Squad was that whole slow motion toss the gun and look. Oh, you know what I mean? It was like 39 seconds of that. I'm like, all right, I got it. That part got on my nerves because it reminded me of like the last half hour of Lord of the Rings when the hobbits was just staring at each other. You know what I mean? Just long for like 30 minutes. I'm like, what am I watching?
Y'all melted the ring already? Y'all been melted the ring, right?
You know what I mean? Whole movie
Like,
hot, and then you give me mayonnaise at the end. Like,
we just watching y'all going back to the block now. Okay.
Yo,
Well, that's
whole
like
movie.
in what was that? Wonder Woman, the new one. What's that? 1989 or 84? Oh my, trash.
Trash.
Oh,
I couldn't even
and I
finish
was
it.
rooting for her.
No, I couldn't
like
finish
I
it.
like
couldn't
Wonder
finish it.
Woman. And then what was that? The girl turned into like some type of
The
cheetah.
apex predator.
Yes. Like what?
Well, that's Cheetah.
That's
No.
what
I get that, but like
Which
the
is how you got to that.
Right.
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
cheesy.
Yeah.
The fight scenes
Yeah.
was super long and drawn out, cheesy.
Nah.
Like that was too much cheese for me.
I feel you.
I'm
I
just
feel
saying,
you.
give me the vegan
It was-
cheese. Like that was a lot in that movie.
Nah, it was definitely with Wiz.
It was a
Oh.
bodega turkey and cheese with mad American cheese slices and like 3 turkey slices and some mustard.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it might have
A
even been
brick.
Velveeta. It was like
So you know, I'm
Velveeta.
not rocking with you this week.
It's true because when she came out, the first she set the tone, and then we get this. Like, what is this?
Right.
Right.
Wonder
The
Woman
first
84.
one was good.
Yeah, that was just pissing me off because every time she got her ass beat, it was a heartfelt moment. She was like, "Oh my goodness, now we have to join together." I'm like, "What? You getting your ass whooped? What are you doing? Stop talking to us. It's fight."
You're like, hello, pay attention.
Stay
Move
focused.
it along.
Because I'm a fan of Wonder Woman. I like Wonder Woman. They're gonna have to come back really, really hard.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
they gotta beg for forgiveness with that one. Like it got wow. Me.
We got some healing back because the Snyder Cut came after that Wonder
That
Woman
was amazing.
84.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That was amazing.
You know, that got us back grounded with her performance in that. You know what I'm saying? And with the best out from the original version.
I think that
You know
Snyder Cut saved DC, period.
I was about to ask. So what was your vibe on that?
Oh,
yes.
It was awesome. I understood the storyline. I understood who was the bad guy, why you're the bad guy. I understood what them Amazons really could do. Like, it gave you more detail that you can actually follow a storyline. That first one was all over the place. I didn't know who Darkseid was. Where did he come from? Even in the new one, how they changed the dude, changed his outfit, like made him better.
Now, here's the thing. Again, like I brought up before, this was the original version. It just wasn't finished yet. So, Joss Whedon had all that to work with and decided to reshoot scenes. He spent $20 million reshooting scenes. That was that whole controversy with him and the cat who played Superman about the mustache. Because to him, the movie was done in the box. So he went on to another movie and grew out his mustache.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Then he gets called back, and there's a controversy about the mustache on a bunch of scenes that didn't need to be shot in the first place. Everything about Justice League was his reshoots.
It was.
Everything.
Because everything they showed in the Snyder's Cut, I mean, from when Steppenwolf hit the Amazons and took that building falling down and like seeing, like it made it make sense, like why they was
diversity
what happened, like it just made everything make sense.
And did he not like Ray Fisher? Because Cyborg was all in this.
He talked too much. I preferred the quiet Cyborg in the first one because this one was just talking to talk. Like, all right, we get it. You here? Like, come on.
Nah, but I mean, his role was like vital to everybody getting together, solving the problem, everything. And Josh cut all of that out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
because he was made from the mother box, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And in Josh's joint, he just shows up and I'm metal. I'm from the mother box. It was an accident. Words. You know what I mean? And then this when you see his pop, you see his mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You see the whole thing go down.
Mm-hmm. And it was the origin story.
And from the animated joint, what is it, Doom? Justice League Doom, the animated joint, you see a lot of that.
Is that the dark one?
With Darkseid, when Darkseid show up and when they all kind of form. Shazam is in that one. Because he's all like, victory, victory.
The cartoon one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that one was really good. But other than that, and if you did that animated joint, you have no idea about Cyborg other than Teen Titans Go.
Yep.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And he is way more serious than that. And he plays a vital role in the animated joint for Flashpoint too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the way that Josh played him off like he's a nothing character is wrong because he's not. He might have talked a little too much, but
he did talk too much. No, he was essential considering he's made from the mother box. Like, that's his main character. If they're trying to get the mother boxes.
Exactly. And Flash was way less corny in the Snyder Cut than he was.
Way less corny.
Way less corny.
I mean, he just like gave goofy teenager.
Yeah.
But Flash isn't a goofy teenager.
Him being just flat out corny. It was just corny stuff. Like they were digging the body in the Justice League. It was just corny, but it was goofy teenager stuff in the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, like, goofy teenager with no friends.
Yeah. Now, even in the Snyder Cut, when he trips and falls, it actually makes sense. But in the Justice League movie, he was just a fool who fell down.
Yeah. Right. Like you don't know the strength of your powers.
Right. Exactly.
So even the interaction with Aquaman when they were fighting, when Superman woke up. And they threw him onto the steps, and he just gave him the like that was a cool, goofy interaction.
Yeah,
but
that was cool.
Too much, you know what I mean? I think but
I agree. There.
You said you mentioned a great point when I was on your show a couple weeks ago that Joss Whedon pretty much poured the Marvel formula on a DC story.
Yep, and ruined it.
And that's what we were seeing. Just a
he was trying to make it Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. With all the music and the rock and roll in between and the cuts
and the stupid jokes and stuff. And he made Wonder Woman weak in that. Oh, I need to lead. I need to be a leader. And then you see this cut, she just people out, chopping them up and just keeping it moving. Like,
as soon as you hear her music come on, you was like, yes.
Exactly.
A bad female on the scene. She handling, as soon as you hear that like siren in the back.
Yeah.
You get excited.
And there's no questioning her decisions. She knows what she's doing. She's there. She's there for a purpose. You know what I mean?
Yes.
She's the one who tells them all about Darkseid. She's not sitting there weepy, wondering why Bruce is bringing back Superman. Why? Why did you put that garbage in there? That conversation at the table was dope.
I want to give a shout out to Wonder Woman with the 200-foot drop in high heels.
Yo, for real.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
I was like, whoa.
Taking time to survey the room with bullets flying.
He did.
Like, all right, I got 18 seconds. What am I going to do?
Yep.
Who am I going to F up for?
In the Snyder Cut, she was just like, oh. And she threw, all right. Do y'all appreciate the brutality? I see that y'all like it. But do you appreciate the brutality that she had in the Snyder Cut? I just think that Wonder Woman was super brutal in the Snyder Cut. I appreciate it.
Have you not seen the animated joints?
Because that's what I was about to say. That's where she living up to. Like, that's what I know.
In the beginning, she took that one dude
bad ass
and tossed it into the marble.
She's an Amazon.
Yes.
She is an Amazon.
First of all, an Amazon. 2, like seriously trained Amazon.
Right.
Yeah, like half god.
With like Zeus's powers.
Yes.
In it. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Because they just did training. They just did training. Even though they're not leaving, they just did training every Tuesday.
But it worked in their favor because what happened? Everybody was coming through.
Show them your fears. We have no fear.
Yeah. Oh, that was so vicious. That was that whole scene, and why it got so serious when what kept the queen from getting to the door on time and then holding the wall. I'm like, did they die? I guess everyone.
And them ladies hitting them sledgehammers. I was
yes. It was so powerful.
I tried to say it before, but I'd like to take a special shout out to the diversity in Themyscira. Because ladies of all shades and sizes.
Well, Nubia is also a Wonder Woman. Let's keep that a buck. Wonder Woman got a sister named Nubia.
Oh yeah,
and she looked like Mo.
I hope I can live up to the standard. Some bad things.
They were bad.
So I got a question. Do y'all understand what happened when the Flash reversed time in that scene where,
when they brought back Superman?
And then Darkseid came and then he reversed it and touched him back, and we got the ending that we
saw. Flashpoint thing you keep talking about.
Bang,
bang. Like reset time somewhere, and wouldn't that explain the end of the movie when they was in that whole other world and Superman was bad and they was on the lookout for him?
Yeah,
Keisha on point, yo. You're on point, Fife.
Hard time.
I got y'all, girls. I got y'all. We in there.
That's right.
We in there.
Yeah.
We all come with our own personal strong suits. That's right. Hold it down.
Yeah. Quite well. This is the most fun conversation I've had about this in a minute.
Nah, because that's why having Darkseid in that movie was so important. Right. I don't know why he held him back in the last one.
And how Steppenwolf Child to him.
Yeah.
Like that was important. Yeah. Like this big, strong, powerful dude is worried about that cat.
I just don't like how Joss Whedon made everybody weak, because in the Snyder Cut, they made quick work of Steppenwolf. Like Superman got in there. It was 1, 2, 3. Next thing you know, Wonder Woman was chopping his head off, finish him.
No, she didn't even do that in Whedon's joint.
Nah. They just had him being dragged back. Like, what?
Yeah. Your fear. You know what they did? That was the end of Rise of the Guardians. That cartoon about Jack Frost and the Sandman and all of that.
Yep, it is.
That's the end from that joint.
Yo, I'm telling you.
He's just stolen from cartoons. This dude ain't even got a
That's exactly how that cartoon ended. They dragged him off.
He said to Joss Whedon, go over there and fuck that pack. Go fuck that package up for me real quick.
And why you need purple flowers and some Slovenian people? Like, if the whole town abandoned, why the 4 of y'all still there?
And that's what that confused me, because I'm sitting there
I was lost on that part. I was like, what?
Because in the first one, that's when they were all in the back of the truck.
Trying to drive away and stuff.
They was running from the ooze like Power Rangers.
And Superman is carrying projects, through the air, and you got Flash pushing a car, like. What?
Like
what?
They saving the community.
I mean, dude, man, Josh was dope with Buffy the Vampire Slayer the series. He was dope with that.
That was good.
Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
that was
That
wild
was
good.
my show.
Yes.
But he was horrible on it. He was terrible. He was terrible.
I'll go public and say it's not over for him. He deserves.
Oh nah. He just needed a new vehicle.
Forward. It was just he was coming into a bad situation and try to put his own stamp on it.
That's what we're gonna do after we just said he had all that information he could have used. We just gonna go ahead and give him that pass, huh? I'm just saying, you just saying he had all that to work from.
He had all that to work from. He was like, "Oh, I can't use this. Oh, I'm not going to use that."
They came in and they asked
good idea.
The movie, but they asked you to come in and direct the movie, not edit somebody else's movie. And I think that's what's important.
The movie's done. You don't got to direct nothing. How about
this? He had to stand on a hill and die on that hill. Yes, he died on that hill, but he had to come and make a piece of work that was his own.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Because all he had to do is finish it, maybe cut it down at 3 hours, call it the Josh Whedon cut, however you want to call it, and save face.
So he couldn't use clips from or anything from the previous one.
He used some, just not the good ones.
Josh, what's his name? Zack Snyder himself said that Josh Whedon used 1/4 of his footage in what was released.
Yeah,
and then when you go out and watch it, you can tell he only used little color fragments here and there of it. I mean, that whole thing where Cyborg and the crew come with the carcass of Superman down that little alley lane, and Pops is looking at him like, never mind, call that off. Kind of gives him that nod. That's dope. Cool. That was cool. Why do you take that out?
Yeah, that was real. That was a cool part because he was like, Dad, and Dad was like, I got you, son.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you know they ain't been along and all of that the whole time. So you see him start to have that camaraderie.
Yeah.
And then what Dad did for them to find the box. How you take that out?
Yeah, how you take that out?
Wait. I got a problem.
Okay. I got Luda in the background now.
The button outside the glass, like on the backside, so he couldn't get eradicated. I'm just finding the problem with that.
My thing with that is if he comes out the box, Steppenwolf kills him before he gets a chance to do anything. His best chance, because the box was darn near impenetrable. He couldn't get in there.
I'm saying, right? He could have stood on the glass opposite of Steppenwolf, because Steppenwolf wouldn't have killed him if the box is between him and Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf would have killed him regardless.
Yeah.
Look, Steppenwolf was going for the box. I pressed the button and I'm behind the glass, safe, and I don't have to get.
I gotta give you. I hear you. I respect it, and I hear you. But I have a DC for that. This was also Cyborg's origin story.
But you ain't got to keep killing my man every time.
Hold on. Batman lost both.
Every time some cyborg need to get away, you ain't got to kill that brother.
Batman both parents. Superman lost his parent. Wonder Woman lost Steve Rogers or whatever effective Steve Austin, Steve Davis, whoever it was.
Yes, Steve.
He came back.
She lost Steve. Everybody loses somebody they love. He already lost his mom, so to galvanize himself as a hero, which he did later on.
He already lost his mom. What you mean?
Pop gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Yep.
For his son to emerge.
How much is this man gonna be losing?
You gotta lose everything to be a superhero, duh.
And he literally did, because all he got is a half a face.
Yeah, like you gotta lose everything.
He didn't even got half a face. He got a third. He got as much as much as Josh Whedon used.
Y'all about to say?
Yeah, facts.
Literally has
well played, sir. Well played, sir. All right, we got about 10 minutes left in the show. So
I sent you an image, I want to go into this black actor segment want to give some roses to Harry Lennox, who in these films, he's playing Colonel Stanwyck.
Dude, he's Martian Manhunter. That was so freaking genius.
Yeah. Post that picture
God.
I put up, you know what I'm saying? Because so many times in the Black community, we relate our actors to, you remember that guy from this movie. So let's go over Harry Lennox. He's that guy from 5 Heartbeats. Remember, he was the big baritone. Remember, get on the bus.
Like what I was doing, why didn't you do so?
Yeah.
Remember, he was Monica Wright's dad in Love and Basketball.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he was Commander Locke in Matrix Reloaded, and in the last one, where he turned Morpheus into what's my son name from DC? Mr. Steal Your Girl. He had to snatch up Jada Pinkett from him. He got Jada Pinkett snatched from him by Morpheus. Colonel Locke, Commander Locke.
Yeah, Commander Locke. Poor child.
Harry Lennox was also in Barbershop 2. Remember, he was the clean cut brother with the big barbershop from across the street. There you go. Right. Remember, he was also.
You know what's funny? He's not a really good Blacklist.
His catalog is outstanding.
The Blacklist is amazing.
Oh, yes.
Like, are we gonna forget the Blacklist? Like,
no, because I'm still watching.
I didn't get to his TV chops yet.
Okay, go get
it. Just scratching the surface. We just scratching the surface.
Let's keep going.
we just scratching the surface. You know what I mean? Like, let's get to the television. Blacklist. He was amazing in that. He was on ER for a few episodes. He got Living Single all over the place. He did Jag for a few episodes, Keeping the Faith. 24, he did some episodes. Just amazing range from this brother. He can do funny, he can do serious, he can do scary.
Yeah.
He does voiceover work, Transformers.
He can dance.
Yeah, triple threat, definitely. So just wanted to give these roses to Harry Lennox, and we are definitely appreciating him.
Don't forget, he was in Ray. Cut. He was in Ray also.
Yeah, he was Ray's manager. Yep. At the end. Yep. Definitely.
Shout out.
When he booted out
Pinky. He got rid of Pinky.
Clifton Powell. Yo, we're going to cover Clifton Powell next week, and then Keith David the week after. Because, them dudes need their flowers, too.
Yes.
Clifton Powell been in almost as many movies as Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
What they couldn't cast Sam Jackson and Keith David in, they cast Clifton Powell.
Yes, they did.
They're like the Robert Horry of actors.
Yeah.
Big shouts, Houston Rockets.
Yes. So now to wrap it up, what do y'all want to see from? How much time we got left, huh?
We got about 7 minutes left.
Okay, that's enough time. What do y'all want to see?
And this was like a good
What do we have to see from Flashpoint, from the Flash movie?
I want to see bad Superman. I want to see bad Superman. I looked at the what was it? Batman versus Superman. Watched that today. Y'all wanted him bad. I want him to give y'all bad. He was living his best life, minding his business on the farm with Lois Lane.
You know what's funny? He could never win.
Never.
If he minded his business, where he at, blah blah. Then he out there. You can't possibly save every single person, but you can shift enough,
But they were beefing because of the casualties.
And it still was coming at my man.
And it was, and when I looked at it, what's his name? Bruce Wayne. You weren't even from there. You were there visiting, not minding your business. You should have went to your little building office, mind your business, did your business, and went back to Gotham. You got there, saw him, saw the casualties, because it wasn't just Superman fighting himself.
No, that's
he literally saved
he
everybody.
Win.
But then you mad because he got all this power. Oh, what? See, you should have mind your business. Me, Superman. I want bad Superman.
Yep. Do you
bad
bleed?
Superman ain't no
Do
joke.
You break?
Do you bleed? What? I wanted him. After I saw that today, I really wanted him to laser him on the Snyder's Cut. I wanted it to go through the suit. He should have had a burn. Do you bleed? What? This is Superman.
Right.
Yo, thank you for that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yo.
That showed you all that he was Superman. He was Superman. Like, nah, I'll be there eventually. Because when I show up, it's party over.
Oh,
Exactly.
I want to
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got this big axe? Chink. Yeah. Son.
Yeah. So that was cool.
It's not it ain't no, I don't believe in I like justice. No. Fuck that. No.
I like
go
beating
in on
people
you
up.
real quick, son.
Let me show you how much in trouble you are. I'm gonna take this big, heavy, fiery thing that you've been swinging at all these people, turn it to ice, shatter it in front of your face, and stare at you for 39 seconds. Like, next.
Like, that's why I want to see bad Superman. That would make
I
my
want to
day.
see Flashpoint go back, mess up everything. See, because the rumors are that Michael Keaton is supposed to come and be Batman in Flashpoint.
Isn't he old? Like, really?
So what?
But you gotta remember,
But
Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne is Batman in Flashpoint. It's not
there's an alternate reality where Bruce Wayne gets shot, Martha Wayne gets shot, and Thomas lives. And this is the Batman who walks around
shooting people,
Desert Eagles.
For real. He is.
So I can understand that because that's the dad who lost his wife.
Right.
And child.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would watch that.
So if he comes, if Michael Keaton,
he is the perfect one for that.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Did y'all watch the Flashpoint comic, the animated joint?
Yes, sir.
I saw the dark one where everybody's just dark and.
Yeah. Did y'all?
Well,
I'm just trying to see if y'all
Aquaman and Wonder Woman got beef because they was messing around with each other, and Wonder Woman kills.
It's good.
Wonder Woman kills Mera, and then the Amazons and the Atlanteans go to war. Superman was found by the government and was locked in a cage for his whole life. He's a skinny, frail dude that has never seen the light of day until Batman and Flash save him.
And that was so weird.
And Cyborg is like working for the government, trying to hold everything together, and he gets moked out in the end. It's ugly.
The cartoon, cartoon is good.
Dude, if y'all haven't seen that cartoon, go see that joint is bananas. I think it's on Netflix. I own them. I got all of them.
It might be on HBO.
I think it's
HBO Max.
I'm just hoping that. I'm just hoping that the Flashpoint comes in and does something.
Halfway justice. But Zack got to do it.
I hope they do it in a way that they
don't trust nobody else to do it. Zack got to do it.
Yeah, he's
I don't care if it takes 4 hours to do it either.
Nah, this will be 2.5 to 3. But remember, the Nightmare verse take out like a good 30-40 minutes anyway. So to me, the movie is not 4 hours. The movie is done in like 3 1/3. You know what I mean? But then you got that Nightmare verse, and then you got him waking up and talking to Martian Manhunter, who was old boy the whole time. And
I can't wait to see what his character does. That's what I'm really looking forward to that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they should have had Martian Manhunter come into this joint. They should have had Martian. We needed some action. I needed something more than him just floating. I mean,
but that's the teaser for Justice League 2 if they were to do it. Because if you think about it, Martian Manhunter has been in it since Man of Steel.
But how long has he been on Earth? How long has John been on Earth? That's the question.
Exactly, bro.
That's the question.
That's what makes that whole little scene at the end. And when he visited Lois Lane, that made that joint so hot. And what did he say when he walked out? We need you. Because if something happens to her, Superman goes crazy, and he knew it.
And then they said it in the Batman
Yes.
versus Superman when the Flash came and was talking to Bruce Wayne in the
The
Flash.
key is Lois Lane.
He is Lois Lane. He did say that.
Yeah.
And
That's
in
his heart. He loves
in that end scene in Snyder Cut, that's who Superman is holding in the Batcave.
Yep.
With Apocalypse just touching his shoulder. Like,
yeah.
on,
Like
son.
I got this.
The same for you.
Yeah. Well,
Up to
the dark side. Because it's not the X-Men, so it's not Apocalypse. All right. Yo, we are on the 8 o'clock hour, ladies and gentlemen. That was the fastest cool conversation I've had.
Yes. This was cool. Thanks, Mike.
Right.
Yes, this was so much fun.
Thank y'all for joining.
Yes.
Thank y'all
we have homework and everything.
And y'all are welcome to bring in, jump in.
Please come on back. Definitely.
Okay, you gotta invite us though.
You
it might
already
get
know.
a little interesting. As
Well,
as
let it
goes
go.
on.
More
Let's
organized.
go. Let's
I'll have it more
go.
organized next time, but yeah.
Yeah, we got it now. We got it. We in there.
Yes.
We lit.
I still need a lot to catch up on, but I'm in there. there. I got my little
You
piece.
already know. Well, thank y'all for enjoying and tuning in to the Great Show. This is MG the Great.
That's MG the Great.
Thank you to our
in the building.
And to my
we got the wonderful group ladies in the building.
We'll see y'all next time.
Next Sunday, baby, 7 o'clock. You know what it is. You know how we get down. Queens is in the building.
Philly too.
Philly's in the building.